everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Once again, it is time for Glute and Hamstring Day, and we started off with conventional deadlifts. Went ahead and did my warm-up set for you guys on camera just to show that I do in fact warm up. I get accused of not warming up. I usually do a warm-up rep on the deadlift before I go heavy, all right? Unless I'm in competitions, in which case I usually warm up with my opener. Last meet, my first rep of the day was 508 pounds. It was on the platform as my opener just to get on the board. All right, I didn't warm up first. So I did a warm-up rep, and then we went to 550. I got 3 nice clean reps. I went for a fourth. I'm like, let's just take it to failure, guys. All right, let's take it to failure. Let's go all out. I want to do more of that on these top sets on this power building approach. I couldn't lock it, though. I got it off the floor, and it was just, I ran out of steam, but I'll take it. 550 for 3. What's the math on that, guys? What is our math? I haven't even done the math. Let's call that 90%. It's probably better than that because I got that one off the floor. All right, so what is that? 611 estimated max. That's not bad. Not bad. If I can grip it, that's going to be the issue these days, which is why we come next to the axle bar deadlifts. So what I've said, because my upper body training volumes are getting insane, I don't know that I need extra forearm work, but I could use the grip work. I think my forearms are going to keep blowing up from all the pulling and everything. I think they're going to keep growing, especially with all the extra curls and extensions. Forearms will keep growing, but I do want to make sure we get a little bit of grip work that'll carry over to the deadlift. And these work. And honestly, people can say, oh, well, this isn't posterior chain. Really, I feel it light my posterior chain up still, even with the axle bar. Okay? So I count it as a work set. I'm counting it as a work set because I feel it. I feel a pretty good pump in that area. Then everything else, though, we go really hard. All right, we go really hard. So glute ham raises. Did the first 2 sets of these good, and then I hit failure on the 3rd set. I only got like rep 5 or 6 and ran out of steam. I ran out of steam really fast on these. Always a case of everyone loves to hate on my posterior chain work in general. They don't like ever how I perform it. And I'm like, yeah, I got massive hamstrings when I turn to the side and you see them the right way. I got huge hamstrings. I deadlift elite numbers. Not elite numbers for my age, being Masters 2. I deadlift elite numbers for my weight in the open. How do you think we build the posterior chain stuff? There you go. There's my loose skin. You guys see where it's at? Notice it's tightening up. We're at a point where look where I'm in the worst position possible, and it's tightening up. So we're making progress there. All right, these glute ham raises, like I said, the first 2 sets, super lit up hamstrings to the point where they were starting to really give out by the 3rd set. But I think because of the deadlifting, so people would say, well, is that good? Well, yeah, look at what I deadlifted first. So there's a lot of fatigue already being generated there, a lot of fatigue happening. So in that context, in the context of that fatigue, see where we're going with this? Where does that put us? Means these get hard real fast. Back that 2nd set, I didn't think I was going to get to that 10. 3rd set, we straight up failed. It was like rep 5. I hit failure. Again, we run out of steam. But that happens. It's normal. We accept it. Again, especially with the low carbs. But keep in mind the deadlift, like 550 for a triple. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with it. So again, this other stuff is just hypertrophy. But then what do we do? Like, let's really push the reverse hypers. What did I say? I'm trying to do all this, the really high volumes now, with the exercises that are easiest to recover from. Right? Curls, extensions, dumbbells, right? All this easy stuff. These are almost in their own way an active recovery, right? I'm not even I don't know if I want to count this first set because it's only 10 reps with a lighter weight. I went up and added another plate aside. This is whatever it is, I don't know. 560, I got 10. Then I went up to 650 pounds. Some people can say, look, well, maybe you could get a hair more range of motion. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not worried about it at this point, though, because the burn is intense. Plus, this is how I used to do these when I was deadlifting well into the sixes. So remember remember when I did a 625 on a deficit before on a deadlift? Isn't this how I was doing? I was going really heavy, going like this on the reverse hyper. I feel like I can build from here. I know I can squeeze another plate on per side while still keeping the red on there. And I kind of have to because I don't have enough blues otherwise. You know, like, man, it's kind of, there's now a point where I have 3 more blues beyond this. What's on there now of the 1-inch plates. If I had 3 more, could we load all of them on there? Could we load all of them on there and then rep it? I bet that we could, right? Because there's 12 of them on it right now. I have, I believe, 15 total, right? I got 15 total. It's kind of like, man, so they would actually fit. Those red plates are thicker. I could fit 18 plates, I think, on there. Is it 18? How many more is it? I could squeeze 2 more on to get rid of those reds. Really, I need 1 more blue to really pull that off. Problem is I got a freebie. They come in pairs. They don't sell them, and I got an extra due to a shipping problem where they messed something up and messed my thing up in a problem, and they ended up shipping me an extra plate as a replacement for something that got miscounted, and I ended up with 1 extra 45 calibrated plate. So now I need 1 more to have an even set. Oh my gosh. Right? But then we would end up having, so if I had an extra over my 15 and I had 16, they would all fit, wouldn't they? Then I could put 720 for sure. Right? But then I would need 2 more. I bet you I could fit. I think they would fit. I know they would fit because those are 2.5 inch for those reds. All right. I could put 810 pounds on here if I had the extra plates, right? I would need 3 more plates for that. 3 more plates. I wonder, I could probably rep that eventually. That'd be something to work towards. Then I got to load them and unload them. That'd be fun. But that aside, I've been doing all this plate math. What did we end up doing? After those first 2, I did more sets of 12. I did 6 sets, I believe, right? 7 sets of 12. I'll just count that other one as 12 for my notes. Right? So we're just put us 8 total sets with this weight and 1 of that warm up. I was going to try to do 10 sets of these today, but my low back was just so fatigued. It's like, no, we're done. I was feeling it by then. This is the most volume, though, I think I've really done on this one because it's stricter on this than it was on my other one. All right. I feel like this will bring my deadlift up. Look at just the work here. And the other thing, I'm not going to worry about loading my back the rest of the week. I'm going to just do everything chest supported, seated, seal rows, seated overhead. Let my low back rest because this gives me all the low back work I could possibly need. It's insane. So this finishes up tons of posterior chain volume, right? And I'm just going to build work capacity with the weights I can load and just use it to keep blowing that area up. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.